What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the K-Series Kyle YouTube channel, and today we have two brand new axles. We have a brand new differential inside of our brand new transmission. Well, besides the casing, you know, casing still looks old, but everything is brand new. It's about 12 o'clock, midnight, yeah, midnight here. We're about to put this transmission in tonight. First step, I'm gonna go ahead and pull the clutch and flywheel off. Make sure the crank seal and the pilot bushing is all good to go. Just while I'm there, just check it just in case anything's happening to them or has happened to them. Then I'm gonna put the clutch back on, torque it back down, throw the transmission on there, throw the subframe in, intake, battery, then intake, and then drive it and hope for the best. Yeah. So without further ado, first things first, I'm not going to video it. I'm just going to pull the clutch off and check everything and then put it back on. Alright guys, well, the clutch is on and looking fine. So next step, we're going to take the transmission and I'm going to re-grease the shaft that the throwout bearing sits on. So to do that, all you're really going to do is just pull this out until you hear the little pop. Hang on. Hard to do one-handed, guys. Oh, there we go. Alright, then your whole... This is where the slave cylinder sits right here, so that comes out there and then the slave cylinder sits. So I'm just going to re-grease this shaft, clean up all in here, put everything back on. Same throwout bearing as I used, because this is a fairly new, well, pretty much brand new throwout bearing. So I'm going to do that, then we'll be ready to get the transmission in. So guys, as you can see, it is in perfectly, right? If I push this, throwout bearing comes out, push down on that. Well, normally there'll be pressure pushing back on it, but it'll just push right back. There you go. Throwout bearing spins correctly. Don't grease this shaft right here. You only want to grease the shaft that has the throwout bearing on it, and grease behind the throwout bearing, and that's all you really need to grease. Now the transmission is ready to go under the car and pick it up and put it in there. So I mean, there's not really much other to explain really. So I'm just gonna do that off camera. The transmission is in. I've got like 2 more bolts to put in, and then I'm gonna tighten it all down, then do the starter. And I just tightened up the motor over here on this motor mount, got it into this motor mount, and we are rocking right along. That was like 30 minutes, but 30 minutes later, everything is in. Everything's going planned. It was kind of really hard to get the transmission on by myself, but I managed to do it, and we're gonna keep moving along here. I think next is get all the bolts in the transmission, or the rest of them, tighten them all down, do the starter, do shifter linkage, connect all the plugs back, then raise the subframe back up and do the intake and call it a night. So guys, subframe's still not in, transmission's in, everything's done in there. I just wanted to take the time while I was at the slave cylinder to go ahead and drain the fluid out and replace it. So I went ahead and did that, bled it. I put .3 in it, which is this stuff right here. If you want to do clutch fluid, that brake fluid works just fine. And clutch is stiff, that's for sure, stage 4. So next step is going to be, I'm going to clean up the subframe a little bit again, throw the subframe in, connect the steering, we'll be well on our way. So, no subframe on the floor anymore, because the subframe is in the car now. Everything is completely mounted, and as you can see, that's not going anywhere. So now I just got to connect the intake, put the axles in, and connect everything down here back up, including the brakes, and we should be good to go. Besides transmission fluid, I'm going to do that tomorrow probably while the car's on the ground. So keep rocking and rolling. Alright guys, 4 in the morning now. Thank God it's Friday night. We have pretty much wrapped it up. All I gotta do is connect the intake part back up where you have to go down there to connect the battery. I gotta connect the battery, connect the intake, put wheels on, and call it a night. Well, transmission fluid too. But I just wanted to show you guys. I put the new stop techs on. Oh, look at those bad boys. Oh my goodness. Wow. Those things look sick, and they also perform very well too. So tomorrow when we're driving it, we'll be able to stop and not wreck it. You know how it goes. So all I got is battery lead, which this is kind of all messed up, and I gotta try to custom fabricate it somehow, fix it, I don't know. But I just gotta connect this guy, connect intake back up, and we'll be good to go. Well guys, it's the next day. I had to put some miles on this car. I put 480 something miles on this car. 480 something miles on this car in 2 days. Now I'm about to raise the back suspension a little bit because it settled some, and then I'm gonna have a leaky injector, so I'm gonna put a new O-ring on that, and we should be good to go. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that because all that stuff's really simple. Yeah. Alright guys, so I'm done with everything that needs to be done with this car, I hope. If there's anything, it's just building a race car, you have to button things up. So that's what I've been doing for the past several days, finding problems, buttoning them up, like the suspension being too low. Scrapes a little bit on hard cornering. Well, I fixed it. So, on to the next thing. Well, hopefully there's nothing else. So, this car should finally be finished when we get the dyno tune. I'm gonna make an appointment tomorrow. It's like an appointment only shop, so gotta make an appointment for the dyno. Don't worry, you guys will be coming for that, and I'm gonna hope to make like 260 wheel, maybe, I hope. But today's Thursday night. This video will be going up tonight. Then tomorrow's Friday, and then on Saturday at 10 a.m. I will be bringing you guys along for the full car audio install. I'll just be walking you guys through that as we go. I'm not personally doing the install. I don't like all the wiring and stuff, but I will be there for it. The guys are really cool. So we'll figure out how that goes too, and hopefully it gets all done on Saturday. You can hear some pretty sick car audio, in my opinion. It's a pretty sick system. Go down below, like, comment, and subscribe for that dyno video. I will be driving this car, I just don't want to drive it yet, so it's kind of boring, honestly. It really is kind of boring, but I'll catch you guys in the next video.